Good morning to all of you. This is Sara Palaparthi working as lecturer in botany in PR Government College, Kakinada. Today I'll deal with the topic that is cell theory, differences between prokaryotes and eukaryotes. So here, when we study the cell theory, so the cell was first observed by Robert Hooke in 1665. That is the under compound microscope he observed the oak tree cork cells and he named them as that is cell, and he published his description he was published in the book known as Micrographia. The cell is the smallest unit, that is the cell means the hollow space. So without having anything, the cork cell is the dead cell. It doesn't contain any protoplasm, it is the empty cell. So he called it as the cell. The cell is the smallest unit of the living system and fall in microscopic range, that is from 1 to 100 micrometers in size. They are very minute structures. They attain various shapes and sizes to attain variety of functions. So the size may varies based on functions, they may be modified. The understanding of cell is necessary to understand the structure and function of the living organism, because the living organism is composed of the cell, that is the basic unit, basic and fundamental unit of an organism. So here one of the most important characteristics of cell is ability to divide, and every cell is evolved from pre-existing cell. This theory states that this was first stated by Schwann, pioneer work by Schwann and Schleiden on cells, Jacob Schleiden. They described about cell theory. So Schleiden and Schwann is the geologist, Schleiden is the botanist. And here cell theory states that all living things are made of cells. Cells are the basic and building block of the life. That is, new cells are created by old cells dividing into two. In 1855, Rudolf Virchow added another point to the cell theory and concluded that all cells coming from pre-existing cells, thus completing the classical cell theory. So before going to that, so total that is all living things are made up of cells. Cells are the basic and fundamental units of life. That is it is the structural and functional unit of the life. And here every cell is originated from pre-existing cell. The cell theory holds true for all living things, no matter how big or small, how simple or complex. Viruses are exception to this theory, because we know those are the entities, those are the non-living entities outside the living cell, the viruses. So when coming to differences between prokaryotes and eukaryotes, so here we can observe few characters, we can study the few characters regarding the prokaryotes as well as eukaryotes. First we can coming to size of the cell. So prokaryote means unicellular and it comes under Monera according to Whittaker classification, and here it is typically from 0.2 to 2 millimeter in size, and whereas when coming to eukaryotes it is typically 10 to 100 millimeter in diameter. Next here, when coming to nucleus, another property, another character, that is nucleus. No nuclear membrane or nuclear membrane is absent in all prokaryotes. When coming to eukaryotes, true nucleus consisting of nuclear membrane and nucleoli we can specifically observe in eukaryotes. And next coming to membrane enclosed organelles. So in prokaryotes, in bacteria, cyanobacteria, in that is archaebacteria, and in all bacteria, that is nuclear membrane is absent, and membrane bounded cell organelles are also absent. And here in eukaryotes all membrane bounded cell organelles are present. That is examples we know: lysosomes, Golgi complex, endoplasmic reticulum, mitochondria and chloroplast. All these are membrane bounded cell organelles. And then here one more point I want to discuss with you all here. Non-membrane bounded cell organelle, that is the ribosomes, that is 70s type of ribosomes are present in prokaryotes, whereas in eukaryotes 80s type of ribosomes are present, but those are non-membrane bounded cell organelles. We should remember that point. And next, coming to flagella. So here it consists of two protein building blocks, in case of bacteria, or in case of prokaryotes. And here in eukaryotes it is complex, consists of multiple microtubules. And when coming to glycocalyx, so present as capsule or slime layer in case of prokaryotes. When coming to eukaryotes, that is present in some cells that lack a cell wall. And here coming to cell wall is usually present chemically composed of peptidoglycan or murin. In case of Archaebacteria, pseudomurin is observed. And even coming to eukaryotes, when present chemically, it is simple. And here in case of plant cell, the cell wall is made up of cellulose, pectin and chitin. In case of fungi, the cell wall is made up of chitin. And that is in case of yeast, it is made up of mannan, chitin and glucon, like that. And here plasma membrane, no carbohydrates and generally lacks sterols. Here that is made up of generally Singer and Nicholson, according to Singer and Nicholson model. Lipid bilayer is present, carbohydrates are present, proteins are present in the membrane. So plasma membrane is present. So here, but here sterols are absent. But in case of eukaryotes, sterols and carbohydrates that serve as receptors, and those are present in eukaryotes. And in case of cytoplasm, in prokaryotes, no cytoskeleton or cytoplasmic streaming we can observe in case of prokaryotes. But in case of eukaryotes, here cytoplasmic streaming we can observe, and here cytoskeleton is present. And in case of ribosomes, as we discussed already earlier, here it is non-membrane bounded cell organelle, that is 70s type of ribosomes are present in prokaryotes, whereas in eukaryotes 80s type of ribosomes are present. And here in case of chromosome arrangement, single circular chromosome lacks histones in case of prokaryotes, whereas in eukaryotes multiple linear chromosomes with histones are present. When coming to cell division, that is binary fission generally observed, that is common in case of prokaryotes, but in case of eukaryotes mitosis we can observe in eukaryotes, but in case of diploid cells we can observe that is the meiotic cell division. And in reproductive cells we can observe generally the meiotic cell division. So sexual reproduction, here there is no meiosis, transfer of DNA fragments only, that is conjugation, transformation, transduction. Gene recombination methods we can observe in prokaryotes, whereas in eukaryotes these that is sexual reproduction we can observe, and vegetative reproduction we can observe, asexual reproduction we observe. So all types of reproductions we can observe in case of eukaryotes. Next, so this is the typical structure of the prokaryote as well as eukaryote. So here there is no nuclear membrane we can observe in case of prokaryotic cell. If we observe that here there is no nuclear membrane, here the genetic material is called nucleoid, and it is the cytoplasm which contains only inclusion bodies and ribosomes and few storage granules and plasmids. And in case of eukaryotes we can observe nuclear membrane. So specific nuclear membrane is present with all cell organelles. Here this is the cell membrane. In case of plant cell we can observe the cell wall also. And when coming to prokaryotes, so any living organism may contain only one type of cell, that is either prokaryotic cell or eukaryotic cell. The term prokaryotic and eukaryotic were suggested by the Hans Riss scientist in 1960. This classification is based on their complexity, further based on the kingdom into which they may fall. The plant or animal kingdom or plant and animal cells bear many differences. Here we can see the typical structure of the prokaryote. Prokaryote means before nucleus. They include cell wall, which lack nucleus, and other membrane bounded cell organelles, mycoplasma virus, bacteria, cyanobacteria or blue-green algae are prokaryotes. Most prokaryotes range from 1 to 10 micrometer in size, but they vary in size from 0.2 to 750 micrometer. Thiomargarita, it is the largest bacteria. They belong to two taxonomic domains, which are the bacteria and the archaea according to Who's it all classification. Most prokaryotes are unicellular, exceptions being myxobacteria, which have multicellular stages in their life cycle. Next, the prokaryotes, they are membrane bound, mostly unicellular organisms lacking any internal membrane bound cell organelles. And here through prokaryotic they lack cell organelles and such as cytoskeleton and all these things, but here they contains ribosomes and here which translate mRNA to proteins. Membranous organelles are known in some groups of prokaryotes such as vacuoles or membrane system, that is inclusion bodies, so those are present in that. And here in photosynthetic photolithotropes in few bacteria, here some membrane bound those are present for their particular metabolic activities. In addition to some species, protein enclosed micro compartments which have distinct physiological role, carboxysomes and gas vacuoles, those are present in prokaryotes. So when coming to eukaryotes, cell features. Eukaryotic cells are much larger than prokaryotic cell, range from 10 to 100 micrometers. They have a variety of internal membranes and structures called organelles. A cytoskeleton composed of microtubules, microfilaments and intermediate filaments, which play an important role in defining the cell organization and shape. And here eukaryotic DNA is divided into several linear bundles called chromosomes, which are separated by microtubular spindle during nuclear division. And in internal membrane system, eukaryotic cells include a variety of membrane bounded structures collectively referred to as endomembrane system involved in various functions. Simple compartments called vesicles, vacuoles can form by budding of the membranes. Many cells ingest food and other material through a process of endocytosis, where the outer membrane invaginates and then pinches off to form a vesicle. Next, it is probably that most other membrane bounded cell organelles are ultimately derived from such vesicle. The nucleus is surrounded by a membrane that is with the nuclear pores, and here the sheet-like extensions of the nuclear membrane form the endoplasmic reticulum, which is involved in protein transport and maturation. It includes the rough endoplasmic reticulum, where ribosomes are attached to that to synthesize proteins, which enter the interior phase. And next, subsequently, they generally enter vesicles, that is tubules and cisternae. So a lot of structural changes we can observe in endoplasmic reticulum. So polymorphism we can observe. And in most eukaryotes, these protein carrying vesicles are released and further modified in stacks of flattened vesicles called Golgi bodies or dictyosomes. Vesicles may be specialized for various purposes. For instance, lysosomes contain enzymes that break down the contents of food vacuoles, and peroxisomes are used to break down peroxide, which is toxic. Otherwise, many protozoa have contractile vacuoles which collect and expel excess water, and extrusome which expel material used to deflect predators or capture prey. So in multicellular organisms, hormones are often produced in vesicles. In higher plants, most of the cell's volume is taken up by the vacuole, which primarily maintains its osmotic pressure. The individual cell organelles will be discussed in detail later. So thank you one and all.